Hi, my name is Kelly Hubeck. I've been coming to Hunts. My first time I walked in the doors was in 1990. So the first family that invited me to join them for church, their name were Rich and Karen Carter, and they were pretty active in the late 80s, maybe to mid 90s, maybe a little after that. They were here for a while until they moved to Pennsylvania. And I would stay at their house a lot because my dad had a job that had him travel, and my mom was sort of part of the gig for their traveling around the world. And I would go and stay at the McCarter's house a week out of every maybe 6 weeks. And they were very active at Hunts, and so I started coming to church with them here and there when they could convince their daughter to come, my friend Stacy. And so I just became kind of a come here and there with them. I wasn't used to going to church. I had been to another church in a different area that I lived in, and but I wasn't really part of a church community, I wouldn't say, until they brought me to Hunts. And then when I was staying with them one time, it was going to be the senior high Ocean City trip, and so they asked the counselors if their daughter could bring a friend. And so I went on the Ocean City trip with the senior highs and got to know Bruce and Charlotte and Ken and Marsha Conlon was there, and just a bunch of other counselors that I'm leaving out right now. And that was kind of the start to my journey here at Hunts, is just that first Ocean City trip and how welcoming the counselors were to me into the youth group. And then I started coming to the youth group in that following fall, which was my sophomore year at high school. I joined the choir and just kind of got immersed, and it made just such a difference to have a community that was so welcoming, especially to a teenager. And I just continued to come on my own throughout high school, and it just became a very important part of my week and my life. And I never left. Being a part of the community is really important, no matter what kind of community it is, whether it's your neighborhood or your school or a sports team. I think if you're fortunate enough to have a faith-based community, that is something that is very special and something that will sustain you throughout your life, from birth to the grave, really. And your family by far is a very important community, obviously, in your life. But I think if you are fortunate enough to allow God into your heart and have that be really a part of your life, you are just so enriched with the community that it brings you. Whoever is involved in your time and how much you immerse yourself in the church, whether it's getting involved in everything, whether in this day and age, whether it's just opening yourself to watching the YouTube video on Sunday morning and being involved that way. But if you allow God to really be in your heart and just follow everything that He has to offer on your faith journey, and allowing that community to also help you in that journey, it's something that's undescribable unless you're fortunate enough to have done that in your life. And I've just been so blessed that that was not a part of my journey from birth through adolescence, and I couldn't be more thankful that it did become a part of my life once I joined Hunts. For me personally, the importance of just continuing to invite people into Hunts, into whether you go to Hunts or somewhere else, just inviting them into this environment, encouraging them to learn how much a church community and having a faith journey and having God be a part of your life is just so important. Me personally, in my journey at Hunts, I was brought in as a teenager, so throughout my life and being a part of the senior highs and being a counselor, and just having that opportunity to invite those kids in and hopefully have the feeling that I was provided from all the counselors that and all the other adults at Hunts. It wasn't just senior high that made a difference to me here. I think if I can give that and the other counselors, and we can invite teenagers in to feel even a glimpse of what I felt when I came here, then that would just be the icing on the cake in my life. If just to know that we made a difference even in one kid, but to know that we could possibly be starting their faith journey and be starting them in a community that can support them throughout their life is awesome.